is why there's enough evidence to suggest that Adam and Eve were the first aliens to visit the planet Earth. And we're convinced now that they were from a planet that was known as Eden by people here on the planet at the time. Any questions?
Dr. Adams, what is your educational background?
I'm a forensic anthropologist by trade. I also have leanings in legerdemain, mythology, classical literature, especially concentrating on local cultures.
We're researching Jungle Boy.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody, what is Jungle Boy?
Well, Jungle Boy, we're really not sure, except that we think that there may be a human being who was raised, or at least grew up in the woods, without benefit of society, any kind of sociological influences. I think he might have been abandoned as a child, maybe the age of 3 or 4 years of age. And this is a child who now, 10 or 12 years later, has
Where did this kid
in Northwest Georgia, not quite in the corner of Northwest Georgia, but a community about 40, 50 miles north of Atlanta, in the western side, near a community called Cartersville, a little town of 10, 15,000 people.
Jungle Boy's been around here forever. I mean, you couldn't tell by coming downtown. You look around, we're real modern, but they got this petting zoo out on the edge of town, and they ever tell everybody the electrical wires for the animals to stay in. I don't think that's the case, because that's been like that for about 15 years. I think people are scared of it. They just don't talk about it. It's kind of like all those other things that people are scared of and don't talk about. It's not for polite conversation to talk about Jungle Boy. But I tell you what, if you go down to the local tavern on a Saturday night and see some of the older guys, the guys in suspenders and Levi's, and they have their little lumberjack shirts on and talk about how it used to be. They talk about a time before Jungle Boy, and they definitely think it was better. No one really knows for sure. I know DFACS came up once thinking they could do something about it, and it's the government. They don't do nothing. But, I think people are still a little scared. I mean, people with small dogs and whatnot, they make sure they're in at night, and it's not because of the coyotes, it's because of this Jungle Boy thing.
Well, the stories got my attention originally. There are some very, very strong beliefs among the people who live in that area. Sightings. People have seen, they've been camping up there, picnics, hiking. They've seen this figure up there. And this isn't like Bigfoot. We're not talking like a big furry animal. We're talking about someone who is very clearly human that is seen darting through the woods, has an interaction with these hikers and campers. Unfortunately, we don't have any physical evidence as far as photography, except for a couple of very fuzzy images that were taken with a camera phone recently.
So the only reason you think Jungle Boy is out there is because these eyewitness people have seen
I think
him.
it's right. The stories are very strong, and we are looking at some prints that we found on a couple of trails that sort of defy explanation. That could be human footprints that have been degraded.
Have you been out there looking for him?
Yes, we've actually been out there searching for evidence and clues that something other than the normal wildlife that lives in this part of Georgia.
Have you talked to the mother?
We've tried. There is a suspicion amongst the people who live in that area that this particular woman abandoned her child in the woods 10 years ago. The boy's name is Bobby, Bobby Butler. And again, I'm not saying that's who we think this person is who's been cited, but we have tried to speak with his mother, and she's pretty much locked herself away in an old farmhouse in a very rural part of this county, and won't see anyone.
Well, I what they say now, I never seen him, like personally. I mean, we were out like at a campfire one night, and I thought I saw him, but he lives like over in the woods, kind of up about half hill, about a few miles down this way. But a couple of the boys I went to school with, they said that Mary Dean, Mary Dean, right? Works down here at the.
I don't know her. No. I mean, where does she work? Oh, don't say where she works on here, because I don't want anybody bothering her.
Well, she like serves some food to people down at one of those places down there in town that we all go to. Well, anyway, Mary Dean, she couldn't ever get no dates when she was growing up, nothing.
Right.
And because she kind of like, she didn't shave her hair and everything on there, because none of the boys wanted to go out with her or nothing. So they told her they should go up in the woods, and this guy, you call him Jungle Boy, whatever his name was. Anyway, she came back and she said that she went up there and saw him, and that was her boyfriend.
Wow.
And then she was like pregnant and everything, and she said, they say that it was Jungle Boy's kid. But I never did. After the kid was born, they the state came in and took the kid away and everything, and I never really heard what happened to it after that.
So was it Jungle Boy's kid?
Well, I don't know. All I know is that they didn't let her come to school no more for a little while after that, and really none of the boys will have nothing to do with Mary Dean. But they kept saying it was Jungle Boy's baby.
This is Dodge City, our western town. A replica of the Old West, complete with saloon, livery stable, bank, jail, and more. We're in the fort. Do you have what it takes to protect or capture the center tower? 3 stories. Hey, I'm Mike at Arkansas Paintball. Come out and see us for the time of your life. Bring your family, your friends, your co-workers, and have a good day at paintball. You can call us at 770-974-2535 or look us up on the web at www.apbfields.com. apbfields.com. Remind me to fire that sign guy.
Hi there, I'm Mark. This is Liz. We're the Browns. We own a heating and air company. We fix people's problems for a living.
We are certified air care. We've been serving the metro area since 1996. We've been in the business for 30 years.
The warmest winter on record. That means we're probably going to have the hottest summer we've ever seen. It's time to get that AC looked at, get the cobwebs out of it, so we're ready to roll. Save the most buck for your energy bills this summer. Certified air care.
We care for your air.
Give us a call. Got both numbers right there. Get Liz or Mark.
Catch us on the web, www.certifiedaircare.com.
Thanks so much.
I'm gonna tell you, we got 42 acres out in the backwoods here in Bartow County, and as long as Jungle Boy stays off my property, he won't have no problems with me. I got bear traps, every kind of trap you can think of set up for him, because I'm about to turn the hunt up. I'm going to catch him. If he messes with my mama's garden one more time, or if he messes with my mama's pigs one more time, I'm telling you, I'm going to get him. I'm going to shoot him. There ain't nobody going to do nothing about it.
Right now we're with the mayor of Cartersville. Nice to meet you, Mr. Mayor.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
So, is this true or not about Jungle Boy?
Well, it depends on what you want to know.
Well, I mean, is he really out there?
Oh, yeah, there's a boy out there.
There is a boy out there, because
Yeah.
some people in Atlanta, I talked to a doctorate down there, and he said he believed, but there was no certainty that he was out there.
Well, just because he's got a piece of paper hangs on his wall that says he went to school for a couple more years doesn't really mean anything. Has he been up here and looked?
Is he up here? So Jungle Boy is out there, there's no doubt.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't lie about something like that.
No, I understand. I understand Jungle Boy's also bringing in a lot of tourist dollars to your city.
Well, yeah.
How much money is he bringing in?
I'm not going to discuss that, but just say it's enough to do some stuff with.
But I also understand, Mr. Mayor, that you are not going out there and picking this boy up or trying to find this boy and put him in school because of the tourism dollars that it's bringing to your city.
Well, why would I want to do that? I mean, one, he's making us money with, we ain't got to pay him for it. Two, he ain't hurting nobody. He just running.
Taking clothes off clotheslines. What I understand, he's not in school. He's hunting without a license.
Well, that's what they make clothes dryers for,
Okay, so you're just not planning on. You don't want to do anything. You have no desire to arrest this kid.
He ain't hurting nobody.
You don't want to help. It's cold outside.
Well, obviously he's got clothes, and he's not freezing to death in the wintertime because he's still out there. So, obviously he knows how to take care of himself, which is more than I bet that fancy professor down in Atlanta would know how to do out in the woods.
You can tell this up through here. Look right there how that's dented in right there, how that's like a little gully. You can tell right up through here something's been tracking up through here, going down to the creek down there. And like I said, there's some rocks up here, so something's been tracking up through here. So I think we're on the right trail. Okay. It's getting steep. I don't know if you can handle this or not.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I hear you back there. You see right up, like I said, right up through here. It's kind of leveling off up here. We might see what we got.
What's that noise? I hear something.
I'm looking, but I don't see nothing, but I hear something too. I don't know, I'm getting kind of, I wish I'd have brought something outside this machete out here. It kind of makes me nervous, see, boy.
Right.
I don't know what we might run into out here. Supposedly the story is there's a clearing right over here, and this is where they was camping. Right over this little, we're up here on this ridge, but right up there in that level spot, this is the general area where they was camping. City boy,
Yeah.
the way it went down supposedly, and this is the talk around the county, and I've heard this story 1,000 times. This girl, she's supposedly, I don't know, 10, 13 years old, something like that. It happened a couple of years ago. Her and her mom and dad and her little brother was up here in these woods camping. And right before dark, she had wandered off. And her mom and them was looking for her, of course, and they was hollering, they couldn't find her. And the story is, she said that she was surrounded by 3 coyotes. And she was, of course, felt like they was fixing to attack her or something other, supposedly. And all of a sudden, out of the trees comes this jungle boy, or whatever you want to call him, to rescue her. And he supposedly got into it with these coyotes and killed one of them, and the coyote was there dead. They was a dead coyote. That's a known fact. And he took her and took her back to where her campsite was, but he didn't go to the campsite. He just took her within, I guess, eye distance of it where she could find her way back. And that was the last that was ever seen of him. And that's how the story goes, and I know that they did find a dead coyote. So, you know, there could be some truth to it, but that's just another tale. I don't know, and that's all I know about it, and that's the story, and I've told it 1,000 times.